So we're at the Evers Marina and Seaplane Base in the Bronx, New York. We're talking to Charles Evers, who's the owner and sole employee, is that correct?
Correct.
So how many seaplane bases used to exist in New York and how many exist now?
There were 13 bases, I understand, and there's down to 2 legal seaplane bases. 2 legal seaplane bases, 23rd Street at me.
And at one point, what was the highlight in terms of traffic here, aviation traffic at your seaplane base? How many and when?
Oh, the highest amount was about 35 airplanes, plus or minus. I never really counted. It was busy. We had 3 or 4 airplanes in the pattern in the flight school and doing touch and goes.
Were those airplanes based here?
Yeah, based in the flight school. They had 3 or 4 Luscombe's or Centabrias or most of them were Luscombe's, though, give flight training.
And when was the seaplane base founded?
1937.
And it's been in continuous operation since then?
Yes.
So how much traffic do you get these days?
Not much at all. Maybe 4 or 5 airplanes a year.
A year?
Coming in and out, dropping people, and there's no more operations.
And your own seaplane, I mean, you got a Lake Buccaneer.
Yeah.
That doesn't count that.
That doesn't count.
So you've had, the base has had some kind of illustrious people here over the years, right?
Oh, yeah.
Recently, did anyone come by?
Well, Jimmy Buffett came in and was dropped off once or twice. When 23rd Street gets weathered in, where you can't legally fly in, then they come drop people off here.
And was that recently?
I think it was 2 years ago, a year and a half. Also, the planes park here until 23rd Street is available because you're not allowed to park in 23rd Street. They anchor here or park here on the dock or come out of the water and wait for their customer to call, and then they go down to Manhattan.
Most of the airports in the New York City area are owned by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Have any people from the authority come here and try to buy you out?
No, not too small an organization. Not big enough.
Now, you've been doing this almost your whole life. You soloed here at what age?
I believe it was around 12 years old.
13 or 12 years old. And you soloed in a float plane?
In a float plane, yeah.
Huh. And now you've said you're 71 and getting a little tired of this?
No, just the idea of Sandy Hurricane type things. In the marina here, it's kind of getting overwhelming a little bit.
So, are you thinking of retiring and selling?
I don't want to, but financially it might have to be done that way. I love the business. It's my thing. You know, I could do this for 20 more years as far as I feel. It's just disappointing. Stress can hurt. I have all my planes here. The helicopters, the Lake Buccaneer. We had 3 or 4 Republic Seabees. But mechanically they just weren't. Then my father converted them to flying boats. Took all the gear out of them. So that was 400 pounds off the airplane. All the gear and tail wheel and everything. And then you could fly decent. It was a lot of fun in those days. My father, back in the 40s, would get like 7 Luscombe's on floats, and they'd fly to Cuba from here, back at the recent 40s. There was a story in Life magazine. In those days, there were 10 or 11 seaplane bases all the way down. And each guy would have a girl, and they'd go to Cuba, and they'd party for a couple of days, and then fly back to New York. It was a different world, you know.
Well, I hope whoever buys it continues with the seaplane base. It is one of the best kept aviation secrets in New York City, don't you think?
I think so.
All right, well, thanks very much. We've been talking to Charles Evers, the owner of Evers Seaplane Base and Marina. This is William Garvey of Business and Commercial Aviation Magazine. Thanks for listening.